Camera flashes crackled around Olivia Harper as she emerged from her luxury car, her perfectly made-up face adorned with the controlled smile she had honed to perfection over the years. As the CEO of a prominent technology firm, she epitomized the quintessential American dream: wealth, power, and prestige. That evening, she was set to receive a prestigious award recognizing her significant contributions to the technology sector. However, as applause and congratulations echoed around her, an unsettling emptiness gripped her. This profound sense of void was invisible to the outside world yet lingered persistently within her. Later, in the opulence of her hotel suite after the ceremony, Olivia slipped off her heels and gazed at her reflection in the mirror. "Why do I still not feel happy?" she whispered to herself. She had it all: extravagant homes, journeys to the farthest corners of the earth, and international accolades. And yet, each night, an overwhelming loneliness blanketed her. A few weeks later, Olivia chose to step back from her usual routine and engage in a humanitarian initiative in collaboration with a Californian organization that focused on helping the homeless. It was during this endeavor that she encountered Leïla, a woman of humble means yet possessing a soothing presence, adorned with an elegant scarf. Despite her circumstances, Leïla radiated an unexpected serenity. "Do you come here often?" Olivia asked, curiosity piqued as they distributed hot meals. "Yes, every week. It's my way of expressing gratitude to God," Leïla replied, her smile warm and genuine. This exchange marked the beginning of a conversation that would profoundly alter Olivia's perspective. Leïla spoke of her faith with an honesty that was both touching and straightforward, sharing how Islam had afforded her a sense of balance and purpose in her life. Captivated, Olivia found herself asking countless questions. How could someone with so little feel more content than she did, despite having so much? Before they parted ways, Leïla handed her a small book, a translation of the Quran. "Take your time to read it," she urged gently. In the days following her encounter with Leïla, Olivia found herself reflecting on their conversations. There was a certain calm, luminous certainty in Leila's words that resonated with her in an unforeseen way. One evening, unable to sleep, she picked up the small book Leïla had gifted her, a translation of the Quran. Surrounded by the towering shelves of her vast library, filled with novels and philosophical treatises, she opened the book with a blend of curiosity and skepticism. The very first lines of the Quran captured her attention. "This is the book about which there is no doubt, a guide for those who fear God." These straightforward yet powerful words intrigued her. She had anticipated a rigid, dogmatic text, but instead discovered a profound invitation to reflection, justice, and compassion. Each verse seemed to speak directly to her weary heart. As the nights unfolded, reading became a cherished ritual. Once the lights dimmed in her opulent home and the clamor of the outside world faded away, she returned to the Quran, seeking answers to questions she had never dared to voice. What is the purpose of this life? Why, despite all my possessions, does my heart feel so empty? One particular verse troubled her deeply. Verily, it is in the remembrance of God that hearts find peace. As she absorbed the words before her, a tidal wave of emotion flooded Olivia. For years, she had chased an elusive happiness, always striving for higher sales, larger homes, and more esteemed accolades. Yet, despite these material achievements, an emptiness lingered within her. That evening, for the first time in what felt like forever, Olivia found herself in tears. Silent droplets streamed down her face, carrying away a pain she struggled to comprehend. This introspective journey led her to expand her quest for understanding. During her lunch breaks, she quietly immersed herself in lectures on Islam. Intellectuals and converts recounted their journeys, sharing a common thread, regardless of their previous beliefs, be it atheism, Christianity, or Judaism. Each spoke of the profound inner peace they had found within the faith. One day, curiosity compelled Olivia to attend a conference at an Islamic center in Los Angeles, incognito. Dressed modestly and donning sunglasses to avoid recognition, she took a seat at the back of the room. The speaker was addressing the delicate interplay between faith and social responsibility. In Islam, she articulated, wealth is not inherently evil. What truly matters is how you use it, give to others, act justly, and your efforts will be blessed by God. These words pierced Olivia's heart. Her entire career had revolved around competition and ambition. What if she could channel her success towards something far greater than herself? After the lecture, she hesitated at first but then summoned the courage to approach the speaker. "Do you really believe that someone like me, someone who has been consumed by a thirst for success, can truly change?" she asked, her voice wavering with uncertainty. The speaker offered a gentle smile. Change begins the moment we recognize our need for it. God never forsakes those who earnestly seek Him. These words lingered in Olivia's mind long after she returned home. The morning was calm and quietly solemn. A light mist still enveloped the city as Olivia parked her car in front of a small, unassuming mosque tucked away in a residential neighborhood. This modest place stood in stark contrast to the lavish lifestyle she had always known. Yet, as she stepped through the threshold, an immediate sense of tranquility washed over her, as if she were finally returning home after a prolonged internal journey. Inside, the ambience radiated serenity. A subtle fragrance of musk wafted through the air, while the gentle light filtering through stained glass windows cast soothing hues upon the neatly arranged carpets. Heart racing, Olivia slipped off her shoes and cautiously approached the imam, a man with a kind expression, waiting for her near the mirror. Leïla, her cherished friend and guide on this journey, welcomed her with a warm smile and placed a reassuring hand on her arm. "Are you ready?" she whispered. Olivia took a deep breath. For months, she had been delving into the teachings of Islam in secrecy, spending countless nights immersed in the Quran, watching enlightening lectures, and praying in solitude. Each verse had stirred something deep within her, awakening a truth she could no longer ignore. However, this decision was not without its repercussions. She understood that by uttering these words, she would be turning an important page in her life. Friends and colleagues in her business circle, even certain family members, would likely judge her. The press, ever hungry for a scandal, would eagerly exploit her conversion for sensational headlines. Yet, amidst the uncertainty of the world's reaction, she felt a newfound clarity. This morning, she was no longer in search of validation from others, rather, she was seeking peace within herself. With a gentle urge, the imam invited Olivia to come closer. His voice was soft but carried a weight of importance. "When you speak these words, Olivia, you are entering into a sincere commitment between yourself and your Creator. Is this your truest desire?" "Yes," she managed to reply, her throat constricted with emotion. He nodded, raising his hand slightly in invocation. "Repeat after me." The words were familiar, she had repeated them silently during those long, restless nights filled with doubt and hope. But today, she would speak them aloud, in front of witnesses, finalizing an intimate and sacred pact. "Ashhadu an la ilaha illa Allah, wa ashhadu anna Muhammad Rasul Allah. I bear witness that there is no deity but Allah, and I bear witness that Muhammad is his messenger." Her voice trembled slightly, yet each syllable echoed with conviction. A gentle warmth enveloped her chest, as if a heavy burden she had carried for years was finally lifting away. As she finished her declaration, a profound silence enveloped the room. Gently, Leïla wrapped her arms around her, whispering, "Welcome, sister." Olivia, usually composed and in control, felt her eyes well with tears, not tears of doubt or fear, but tears of a long-awaited liberation. For the first time in years, she felt a sense of wholeness. The imam offered a brief prayer, asking God to strengthen her faith and guide her on this new journey. Surrounding her, some of the women smiled warmly, embracing her as if she had always belonged to this spiritual community. When she stepped outside the mosque that day, the sun had dispelled the morning mist, and Olivia felt a refreshing clarity within her heart. She understood that the road ahead would be challenging, filled with judgments, misunderstandings, and sacrifices. Yet deep down, an unshakable certainty resided within her. She had finally discovered what no material wealth could provide: inner peace. Her conversion did not escape notice. The media erupted with a flurry of reactions. Some criticized her while others admired her. But Olivia remained resolute. She transformed her companies, advocating for humane working conditions, launching ambitious philanthropic initiatives, and fostering a vision centered on social justice. Together with Leïla, she established a foundation aimed at supporting vulnerable women and funding educational projects. At a conference one day, when asked what had changed the most for her since her conversion, she replied, "I've learned that true success lies not in what you possess but in what you give. Above all, I've found peace." Her story became a beacon of inspiration for thousands, prompting others to reflect on their own search for meaning and to see beyond the surface. Sitting on the terrace of her oceanfront home, Olivia basked in the tranquility of the sunset. Once, she had pursued success relentlessly. Now, she moved forward with a lighter heart, ready to dedicate her life to something greater than herself. In the end, she had grasped a fundamental truth: true peace resides in faith, gratitude, and the service of others.